Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. I'm Callan Dunlop. Thank you for joining us. A local outdoor goods store is closing its doors after 6.5 years in business, leaving a big hole in our city's outdoor community. Our Ben Lawan has more.
Cal Wakeland has spent a majority of his life outdoors. He used to be an outdoor guide and owned an outfitting camp. But for the last 6.5 years, he has been one of the owners at Wildside Outdoors. Since 2020, the store has been struggling, and recently Wakeland announced that the store would be closing its doors for good.
COVID hit, and we were just screaming ahead. We were not going down at all. Everything was going upwards. And all of a sudden, COVID hit, and then the next thing they tell us that we have to close our doors. Right away, finances quit coming in. We weren't selling anything. Of course, bills never went away.
With the closing, much of the inventory has gone on sale. While the store is trying to liquidate everything, Wakeland has a few items he is really trying to sell.
We've got some major stock. Hooks especially, we're really loaded on hooks. Our gun room is dropped a lot now, but yeah, mainly our hooks and whatnot.
Along with the hooks, there's still many bows, clothes, and fishing gear the store hopes to sell. Even during these hard times, the store is still grateful for the support of the community.
We were a pillar in the town. So what ended up happening is that when we announced our closing, of course, there's a lot of people that are very upset that we have to close our doors. It absolutely exploded in here, people with condolences and all that kind of stuff. And we just have no other choice. We're going backwards.
Wildside does not have an official closing date, but will shut its doors for good when they sell the rest of their stock. For Primetime Local News, I'm Ben Lawan.
The City of Lloydminster is allocating grant funding, allowing them to better support the safety and well-being of the community. Under the business license bylaw, the city collects fees from tobacco and cannabis sales. These fees are put towards the Safe and Healthy Communities Grant, created last year, where the purpose is to provide education on the risks of addictive substances.
Many years ago, as cannabis was being legalized, and prior to that, we had the Lloydminster Tobacco Reduction Grant. And that's an extra licensing fee that businesses that sell tobacco and tobacco-like products and cannabis, they pay an extra licensing fee into the city.
$10,000 of the $32,000 from the grant is planned to go towards residents in recovery for Recovery Week.
How do we as a community have initiatives that prevent substance use like tobacco, vaping, particularly for young people? How do we support individuals who are using nicotine products to actually quit? And then you'll see that there was an application from residents in recovery, and that's all about Recovery Week in 2024.
Additional funds are also going towards the Lloydminster Interval Home and the Lloydminster Area Drug Strategy. Each year, restaurants and chains discover new and improved menu items for their customers. Our Callum Hawker and Leo Cruzat with more.
I'm Callum Hawker.
And I'm Leo Cruzat.
And we're here at our local Arby's here in Lloydminster talking about the new menu items here for a limited time. Let's check it out. I'm here with David Lopez, the franchisee here at Lloydminster Arby's. Now, David, a couple new menu items here for a limited time offer. Can you tell me a bit about them?
Yeah, so we've got the triple cheese Arby BLT. So it's our signature roast beef on a twist on a BLT sandwich. So we've got 3 cheeses. We got our peppercorn Parmesan cheese. We got Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese, our signature bacon and roast beef on this delicious onion bun.
Cool, and I heard there's a new milkshake as well?
Yeah, we've just introduced the butterscotch milkshake, so it's going to be a permanent menu item.
And talking about the community, you guys, you do a lot within the community. Can you kind of elaborate a bit about that?
Yeah, you know what, the community's given to us. They've made us, who we are, and it's time to give back, right? So we do a lot of fundraising for the Health Foundation. We did the Bike for Breakfast. We like to give back to the community, give back to things that are important to us.
And how supportive is this community? Like, we both know on a kind of personal level about this community, but how much support do you see just inside the restaurant coming in, and especially during these promos?
You know what, it's huge. Like, and Lloydminster's that one it gives, right? Lloydminster comes out, they try out. They love the local businesses that are owned locally that give back to the community.
Well, David, I'm getting pretty hungry myself. I'm excited to try out the sandwich. Let's do it, eh?
Let's go make a couple sandwiches.
Cool, let's do it.
All right.
Oh my gosh, David, thank you so much. This looks amazing. Right here we have the Arby Triple Cheese BLT. Let's look at closer look at this. That is cheesy. We got some roast beef in there. A great Canadian sandwich, really. Got your, BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato. Leo, I'm fired up for this. Are you?
I can't wait.
Let's dive in, buddy. Let's dive in. So open that up. Let's see. I know people are dying to see or hear the taste test here.
Amazing, amazing.
I'll wait for you.
Okay,
All right,
ready?
let's dive right in, bud. Just great. Right off the top. Thank you, David.
I love that the sauce is just so
Perfect
much.
timing.
I love that the sauce is
That sauce is really good. It's kind of like a little ranch, but a lot of protein, some vegetables as well. Quick and easy. Grab a shake as well. I haven't even touched the shake. I'm excited for this.
Here's the thing, I never actually tried a butterscotch, so is this gonna be my first time?
For butterscotch?
Yeah.
I haven't had it too much, but I am a fan. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, and that's good too. Thick. That's really good, actually.
It's not too sweet.
Yeah, no, not too sweet at all.
Sweet at all.
It gives you that sweetness you're looking after a savory sandwich, right? That is everything you need from a sandwich and a great complimentary drink. So please come down to Arby's. You guys are really missing out here. This is phenomenal. Leo. I'm going back in. This is great.
Okay, so after we actually grab the food, it's an amazing food actually. Thank you so much for
Delicious
having me.
sandwich.
It is delicious.
Yeah.
Actually made a bit of a mess on that one. But after that, I want to know, like, how long is the event going on?
So this is just a limited time offer. So February the 18th, the Triple Cheese BLT will go away. We also have right now on 3 for $10 Arby's melts as a promotion through the January, February season when things get a little tight with the cash.
So February 18, come on down to Arby's in Lloydminster. Thank you so much. for
Nope,
having me.
thank you. Thanks for coming out.
And we'll have more primetime local news after the break.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
A new rescue organization in Lloydminster is looking for volunteers and for people to foster animals. Stacey Comer found out more about the Pets Purpose Animal Shelter Society.
We have actually a couple of special guests today on Primetime Local News. Amanda Wilkie is here from Pets Purpose, which is a new rescue. And you can't really see him, I guess, but we'll bring him up in a minute here. Brutus is here, and Brutus is one of the animals up for adoption. So, Amanda, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's talk about the rescue now, Pets Purpose. How did this all come together?
So it was a group of like-minded ladies. We saw a need. We all get along really well. We all have kind of the same ethics and moral values. And yeah, so we decided to get together, applied for our charity status, and just kind of brainstorming over the last year or so. And we're here.
Well, you make it sound so easy, but I know
not.
Going through like even the application for charity status
Yes.
is quite the thing,
For
and
sure.
to get everything together. So you don't have a physical building yet, but
We don't.
at this time you still are looking for volunteers and for fosters. So tell me about that and what's required, I guess, if people want to be either a volunteer or a foster.
So right now, as far as volunteers go, until we get a physical building, we don't have a huge need for volunteers outside of we are looking for someone who is good with writing grants. That would be very helpful. We are looking for a vet tech or a veterinarian that can help us out. We do have some really great partnerships in town with the veterinary office, but it would be good to have people with those skills. As far as fostering goes, yeah, most of or all of our dogs right now are in foster care. And we like to have quite a few on hand for emergency rescues that we might need to do. So as far as fosters go, as long as they have experience with dogs, being home a lot and not having to have them in the crate a lot is good, a fenced yard. So yeah.
So as far as the number of dogs that you have in your care right now, how many do you have? And tell me a little bit about the types that you have.
Yeah, so right now we have Brutus, who we'll introduce in a second. So he is a Rottweiler Shepherd puppy cross. He's 4 months old, and he's a total suck. We have Biscuit. He's a 3-year-old Great Pyrenees cross, who's just a lovable big teddy bear. And we also have 5 puppies who are actually Biscuit's puppies.
Okay.
They're Great Pyrenees lab crosses, and yeah, so they're about 8 weeks old this week. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can get Brutus to maybe come up here. Brutus, are you up for just so we can show him a little bit on camera and show the fact that
He's
oh my
getting
goodness,
so big
that he's up for adoption.
He thinks he's a lap dog.
So how big do you think he will get?
He's going to be pretty big. I would bet that he will be minimum 80 pounds.
Okay.
But like I said, this whole litter, I think they're just so thankful. They were our first rescues. They were found dumped in a field. It was the first snowfall that we had, and we got a lot of calls, and no one else was able to. So we ended up fostering them in our house, and now Janie, our secretary, is fostering this guy. So she hopes he gets adopted soon because she's fallen head over heels in love with him, which is not hard, and she doesn't want a permanent third dog. So
right.
This guy really needs his home.
and if people would like even just to make a financial donation, can they do that at this point?
Absolutely. So if you check out our Facebook page, Pets Purpose Shelter Society, Pets Purpose Animal Shelter Society, on Facebook, our adoption applications and fostering applications are pinned to the top of the page.
Okay.
For financial donations, you can e-transfer at ppasdonations@gmail.com.
Okay. And I guess if anybody wants more information and they want to either help out in any way that they can, all that's on your social media as well?
Yes.
Okay.
On our Facebook page, absolutely.
All right. Well, if anybody wants to adopt Brutus, who seems to be like just the best behaved puppy that I've seen in a long time.
Is. The other 2 people that adopted from his litter are just so happy. And whoever gets this guy is a lucky family.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So again, Pets Purpose, just search that on Facebook. It was easy enough for me to find.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate you guys doing this. We know there is a need.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. And
thank you for
please
having
keep us updated on everything that you guys are doing, because it's just, like you said, there is a need, and it's so nice when people in the community can come together.
Absolutely.
So thank you for coming in, and thank you for bringing Brutus today.
Thank you for having us.
And now an upcoming look at this weekend's community events in our weekly edition of What's Happening.
The award-winning exhibit Powwow is now open at the Lloydminster Museum and Archives, and they hope you can join them tomorrow for a grand opening celebration for this exhibit. And tomorrow, the creators and curators of this exhibit, Patrick and Marissa Mitswing, they're going to be on hand to talk about the different dances and the different dance regalia, as well as how they put this exhibit together. Plus, there's going to be Indigenous storytelling, powwow performances, a tea and bannock reception, and more. It is recommended that you pre-register for tomorrow's event, and you can do that online, lloydminster.ca, or by getting in touch with the Lloydminster Museum and Archives. Admission for tomorrow's event is by donation, and the exhibit will be here until April the 20th. Different dances can tell different stories, and coming up next week, a number of different stories will be shared at the Inspiring Women Conference. It's coming up on Thursday, February the 1st, and this day is a day to connect, to share ideas, and to get inspired. And there's going to be a number of breakout sessions, and there will be a keynote speaker as well, Deborah Kozowski, and she is an award-winning, best-selling author, motivational speaker, and she's going to share some great tips as part of this inspiring day. Tickets are available right now. You can go online, eventbrite.ca, or you can stop by Olive and Birch in downtown Lloydminster to get your ticket. And there's still a few tickets left for Telemiracle Steak Night. It's coming up next Saturday night, and when you get your ticket, you get a great steak supper, live music from Bud's Busted 9 Irons, and more, and you support the upcoming Telemiracle. To get your ticket, get in touch with Matt, 587-217-5067. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
That's all we have for news. Sports is up next, but first, here's a look at your closing market.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
The Alberta Junior Hockey League has now set in place a plan for the rest of the season with a statement released by the league. The AJHL stated that until further notice, all upcoming games scheduled to be played between the 5 defecting teams and the remaining 11 teams of the league will be canceled, with games between the remaining 11 teams continuing as scheduled. This means that the Brooks Bandits, Blackfall Bulldogs, Okotoks Oilers, Spruce Grove Saints, and the Sherwood Park Crusaders will no longer have any games against teams that plan on staying in the AJHL, like the Lloydminster Bobcats. So for the upcoming weekend, the Bobcats will still head to Drayton Valley tonight to play the Thunder, but will not be going to Spruce Grove to play the Saints on Saturday. The Lakeland Rustlers men's basketball team was battling for the top of the division when they had 2 home matchups against the Keanu University Huskies. Our Thomas Wildman has a wrap on the weekend.
The Rustlers started the weekend off with an incredibly close back-and-forth game, but the Huskies were able to hold on and win by the slimmest of margins, 77-76. Game 2 saw the Rustlers take control early with a 20-14 lead after 1. The Huskies had an incredible second quarter, scoring 29 points and leading 43-38 at halftime. The Huskies continued their momentum and held on to their lead despite back-to-back 23-point quarters from the Rustlers to lead to a 91-84 final and sweep by the Huskies.
They heard us inside, pounding the ball inside, and took advantage of that. So our rotation should have been better on that end. But the positive is we came on and played hard both games. We were a man down the second game. So to see these guys come out here and compete, that's all you can ask for, right?
The Rustlers will now be preparing for a 3-game road trip, but head coach Charest is already ready to get his team prepared for the challenge.
Prepare for travel, get lots of shots, review the other team, see what they do well, tighten up the things that we do well and some of the things we don't, and then, take it as it is.
The Rustlers will now begin a long road trip, starting off with a game against the Northwestern Polytechnic Wolves. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
Lloydminster singer Rafi Jag has a hometown show coming up. As Stacey Comer found out, it features a special guest.
I have a special guest joining me in studio today. Rafi Jag is here, a familiar face. Rafi, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me again.
Rafi, every time I talk to you, you just have so much going on and things just keep getting better and better for you. But the main reason we're here to talk about today is an event that you have, and we've had to move locations because you have so many people buying tickets. Yes. It's a concert coming up on the 16th of February. Tell me what's planned.
So I've been given the opportunity. As you know, I've been opening for bigger artists last year, and upon winning the competition in Toronto, I was given a chance by producers to produce my own show, and since they asked me where I wanted to do it, I thought Lloydminster, because this is where I'm homegrown, and right. This is where I started, and I just want to, I guess, with this concert, inspire more people to keep doing what they love. And I am honored enough to be joining an artist from the Philippines that I grew up listening to, and he's a vocalist of a famous band called Shamrock. So yeah, we're honored to do it. It will be on February 16th at the Exhibition Center.
Well, this is amazing that you are getting to perform with your heroes. And of course, everybody in Lloydminster knows who you are as well. And the fact that you've had to move the venue because you have so much interest, what does that mean to you, Rafi, to have that much support?
It means so much to me that people have stuck around this long to continue supporting me. And I can't even fathom how many people are still coming in and experiencing the music that I produce, and it's just really heartwarming, and I couldn't be more grateful and thankful every day for all the new supporters and all the supporters that have been following me since the beginning of my journey.
Well, you have been in a number of competitions, you've had a chance to work with all kinds of artists, so after you have this main event in Lloydminster on the 16th, what's the plan after that, Rafi?
So this year I was really focusing myself on more live performances as well as writing more music, and we're actually expanding our horizons with performing live at shows and doing appearances. So hopefully I could do that more nationally, and we're actually heading to Vancouver in May, and we have a lot of shows planned. So we have dates that will be posted very, very soon for my appearances as well as shows.
Well, and getting back to the Lloydminster show, it is a few weeks away yet, so there is still time for people to get involved. And you said that there's an opportunity for sponsorship as well. So tell me about what that involves.
Yes, so actually when I was reflecting back on my journey as a singer and where I started, I thought about all the individuals and all the businesses that have helped me through the beginning, and I really wanted them to be a part of this show. And I'm expanding even to businesses that I am just now coming to know of, and small businesses in town can approach us, and we could help them as well collaboratively in the concert to even showcase a commercial or anything that that would help their business as well in this upcoming show, as it is a, I guess with the artists coming in, it becomes a pretty high-strung event. So,
right.
Yeah.
And now, prior to that, there's actually another opportunity to see you. Not quite as big of a scale, but if somebody wants to just maybe check out your music, then before the big show, that's actually happening this weekend, correct?
So this weekend, I am performing at the Gold Horse Casino for a children's pageant that showcases culture, and it's headed by one of our production studios called Maple Lloyd Productions, and that will be happening this Saturday at the Gold Horse Casino. Yeah.
Well, Rafi, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. And for those who haven't checked out your music yet or who want to get involved in a sponsorship, what's the best way to find you?
So the best way to find me on streaming platforms, my name is Rafi Jag, that's R-A-F-I-J-A-G, and I post socials every day actually on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and mostly Instagram, and it's all the same name.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck with the show, and I know people are going to come to watch you. You're going to have people sponsoring you, and we're so excited to see where you're going to go from here. So good luck, and I know we'll be chatting again soon.
Thank you so much for your time.
Now let's take a look at your agriculture prices. Take a quick look at the next 3 days for the weather in Lloydminster, and more or less the same from what we've been experiencing in the past. Very warm weather. On Saturday we're seeing a high of -3 and a low of -6. Sunday into the pluses with a high of +3 and a low of -2, and Monday high of 3 and a low of 0. That is all the time that we have today on Primetime Local News. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.